Amigos de HCM, ¿cómo están? Yo soy Nelson y paso por acá para decirles que ya estoy en Toronto, ya Sebastián está en Denver y queríamos agradecerles a todos por el apoyo durante la cobertura del NBA All-Star Game 2024 en Indianápolis. También extender este agradecimiento a todas las personas que apoyaron la cobertura que hicimos en la Serie del Caribe. Y les decimos que bueno, que estén pendientes porque viene la temporada de Grandes Ligas y vienen muchas sorpresas y muchas cosas más para nosotros en el proyecto de HCM. Así que quería aprovechar, pasar en este video para decirles e invitarlos a ver estas conversaciones que tuvimos durante todo el fin de semana en el Juego de las Estrellas con distintos jugadores, todas las dinámicas que hicimos y queríamos resumirlas en un video. Así que aquí está, disfrútenlo.
Hey, Adam, over here. Sebastian Hernandez for Hispanic Sports Media. You talk about the fans, you talk about always NBA is reinventing itself. This year we have the Steph versus Sabrina. So is there any plans to add more events like this one for the future years or something like that?
Possibly. I mean, I've been encouraged by the amount of interest in Sabrina and Steph engaging in this three-point contest. Of course, let's see how it goes. I think it's highly anticipated. Incidentally, so much credit to them. I wish I could say that the league in its lab came up with this idea. This was about Steph and Sabrina, two friends who said, won't this be fantastic? I know that Steph cares a lot about the women's game, the opportunity to bring more attention to this fantastic shooting. And so I'm excited to see it. I'm really encouraged. I'd also add, you know, it's not just enormous increase in interest in the WNBA over the last several years, but we're seeing it in women's college basketball as well. So I'm highly encouraged just on behalf of the game of basketball that we're seeing so much growth. I mean, I should add, I could have said this earlier, in addition to being the fastest growing sport in the world, we are the #1 participation sport in the United States, and that, team sport, and that's because not just with boys, but girls are playing this sport in record numbers. So, you know, I've said this before, I think that increasingly in this league, the opportunity to have more female refs, more female coaches, more focus on women's basketball, more opportunity for these leagues to support each other and cross-promote, I think is just fantastic on behalf of the game of basketball.
Dave, is there a moment to reflect? It feels like the All-Star Game is kind of like a in-between points between one half of the season and the second one. Is there a moment to reflect on a weekend like this with all the events? And what's something you're looking forward to just the second part of the season?
I think this is the most success I've probably had in one All-Star weekend. Had a few launches with some of my partners. You know, I won the three-point, won final the All-Star Game MVP. So it's been a successful weekend, and I think anytime you get to be a part of this, that's what anybody would want. You know, you want to come here and have success. So I had that. And it's just been a good break, you know, just being around my family, being able to just do the things that I've always done. But going forward is just like you got to recharge and get ready for the closing stretch and try to just get our team to where we need to be so we can go after what we want to accomplish this season.
Thank you, Damien.
Luca, quisiera jugar alguna vez en un equipo, no solamente en All-Star con Nicola. ¿Te ves haciéndolo en un futuro? ¿Lo han hablado? No, nunca, ningún comentario.
Luca, pensando.
Hey, Yanis, talking about LeBron. If you have to pick something about his game, what would you pick for your game and why?
His availability, that 21 years you've never got hurt. I think that's the biggest talent he has. He's able to be durable. Throughout his whole career, there's never been a player like that. You know, I think a lot of people have minor injuries, major injuries, and they come back. But he's always been available for his team. And I think that's one of the... First of all, that's one of the secrets that he's the all-time leading scorer because he plays games. He plays minutes. He scores the ball. And that's why he's been successful, too. You know, so I wish that I could be as durable as LeBron. That's the most important thing. All the other things you can control, you know, from be able to shoot better, be able to post up better, be able to dribble better, be able to, I don't know, run the floor better, all the other things you can control. But things that you can't control is how durable this guy has been, how the way he take care of his body. A lot of people work hard, but I think there's only few of the players that recover as hard too as LeBron. So probably that.
Kevin, the back. Nelson Perez, Hispanic Source Media. Excluding the Suns, excluding you guys, what has been the best team you've seen this season and the best player?
Every night, my best player and my top fives and my GOATs, like I feel like every week they change, you know what I'm saying? I think this last week, right before the break, Minnesota was playing good ball. Clippers playing great ball. If anything, I'd probably say Clippers and give it to Kawhi. He's the best player I've seen.
Something you're looking forward to just the second half of the season? Anything you want in your team specifically? You want them to accomplish?
Just keep getting better, keep trusting each other, and building the chemistry. It's our first real year together. We just made some trades at the deadline, so getting the new guys acquainted, and so far so good. So, I'm happy with where we're at.
How do you feel after the event yesterday? Your shoe, just an intimate thing. How was it?
It was a great time. Family enjoyed themselves. I got my mom out the house. She usually never pulls up to anything, so a lot of smiles on people's faces, a lot of just trying to take it all in, and it's something that just hits me in waves. I continue working. I'm already working on the book too, but we just want to sit here and take in the first one first.
For you, Chris, what's one thing they can do in order to make this game just a little bit more interesting? Let's say.
Yeah, I think I think they've tried to alter the schedule. I think maybe looking at ways to continue to do that, so they can make the days as compact as possible. But I know it's something that they're going to continue to look at.
Probably like today, after the show today, not even getting the fourth quarter at least somewhat competitive, so if you can see some defense, that's probably like an indication of maybe they need to change something.
Yeah, I think also just when you get down by 15 points and you're not able to get a stop or get the rebound back, and the shooting is at such a high level, it's very difficult. Yeah, but I'm not sure exactly what the answer is, but nonetheless, it remains a great weekend. Just got to find a way to bring the game back a little bit.
Is there anything specific you're looking forward back to the season? You guys have the first place in the West, and you had Carl Anthony here. Is there something like that you're looking forward to?
Well, we just got to try to pick up where we left off, but we know that the intensity and these games are going to ramp up even more and more, we got to make sure that we maintain that edge. We've done a good job of developing a good offensive rhythm in the last few weeks. We got to maintain that. But yeah, it's hold serve at home. We got a lot of home games coming up here out of the break, so lots of things we can do to kind of keep furthering ourselves.
Last one for me. Coaching LeBron, Steph, how special?
Yeah, it's incredible. Just when you're drawing up on the board and you have these guys that you're able to kind of see it pop out and stand out, and then looking around the locker room, there's probably 12 first ballot Hall of Famers in there, and something I'll remember forever. Thanks.
PG, yesterday we asked your peers what was the best team they've seen this season, and a lot of them said the Clippers. Is there a sense of responsibility, like coming back to just the second part of the season for you guys, just to keep competing and maybe finish first in the West?
Yeah, but I don't think that's pressure that we only have. I think you look at teams that really have high expectations of winning. That's the pressure they all have. We all have that pressure of coming back, playing well the second half, and seeding ourselves where we want to be. But of course, we want to be highly seeded. We want to be one of the best teams. We want to be playing our best in the second half. And but yeah, I don't think it's no added pressure to it.
Book, if you had to pick something from LeBron's game, what would you choose to add to yours?
Longevity.
Nicola, if you have to pick something from LeBron's game, what would you pick?
Pick something from
For
longevity, and just how he prepared his body and how he's ready for every season. So I'm gonna say that.
Eddie, what's the best team and the best player you've seen so far this season, excluding you guys?
Best team, the best player.
Yeah.
Best team, probably Minnesota and Ant. You know, they're playing really well and it's taking this game to another level. That team is playing really well.
You have to pick something from LeBron's game. What would you pick and why for yours?
Longevity.
Book, excluding you guys, who's the best team you've seen and the best player you've seen this year?
This year? Oh, that's a tough question. I mean, it goes in spurts. It goes in waves. Minnesota's playing great. The Clippers are playing great. Boston's playing great. You know, there's a lot of good teams, a lot of talented teams. I think it's about peaking at the right time and making sure your game's right at the right time.
Serena, what are things that NBA can still do just to keep promoting WNBA and the women's game in general?
I think these crossover events are a huge stepping stone in that direction. Just continuing to provide us with the platform to be able to come out here and show out. I saw Jewel and Natasha Cloud were in the celebrity game, and I think the opportunity for us to be in our off season right now and get people out here in the greatest event that there is, you know, during this NBA season, and being able to showcase our talents, but people continuing to familiarize themselves with players and teams.
If you had to pick one team, like excluding you guys, has been the best team this year, who would you pick?
One team?
One team. Yeah, the best you've seen excluding the Celtics.
That's tough. There's some good teams. I would say the one team that I would say the Clippers.
And a player?
Jokic.
Hey, what's something that you pick from LeBron's game? What's something you would pick to add to yours from LeBron's game?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like we kind of had the same, you know, I picked up his passing. So, say that.
If you had to pick one thing from LeBron's game, what would you pick?
I think his IQ is unmatched, so probably that. So.
What? Hi, Chad. Hey, Jalen. You know, the NBA is always improving. The All-Star Weekend, the Rising Star. What would you add to this All-Star Weekend and to the Rising Stars for the future years?
I think what they should do with the dunk contest is the 4 highest verticals in the NBA have to participate. So I'm safe.
I think some of it is I don't even know. I've heard a lot of stuff about doing like the one-on-one tournament. I know there's a lot of like magicians that go into that, like guys don't want to get hurt and stuff. But I think a one-on-one tournament would be cool. That, you know, that's an experience that fans don't really ever get to see. You know, play a lot of like one-on-one in the summer, which nobody ever really sees. So I think one-on-one would be cool. Everything else, I think like dunk contest is good. I think guys just got to participate and do that whole thing. But I like the Rising Stars event that we just did. I think it's competitive. You kind of saw the way we were playing at the end. 25K is a pretty good incentive to play hard. So yeah, it's fun. I think the one-on-one would be pretty cool.
4th row over here.
Congrats, guys, for both. What do you think overall about the G League team? They made it to the final. They faced you guys in the final, but I think the effort was pretty great. What do you guys think?
I mean, they were great tonight. They came out from the jump and they were hungry. You know, you could tell they wanted to win. I asked a couple of guys, they were like, "Yeah, we want to win." You know, I'm sure they have plenty of different motivations to win, and it showed out there. You know, shout out to them, credit to them. A bunch of good players over there.
Yeah, they came out ready to win. You know, they got a lot of unique talent over there too. And I think that helped the game too. Just them wanting to play as hard as they did. And, you know, they're out there running plays and talking defensive coverages. So, you know, I think that added a little like extra just for us to play. Yeah, they were rebounding and running the lane. So yeah, it made us like play hard inadvertently.
What have you learned about Heat culture, and what do you think is the most important thing about that to be in the Miami Heat, of course?
I would say, you know, just toughness, bringing your lunch pail to work every day, working hard, next man up, and we're all we need. So.
What's the best part of being teammates with Steph? What's your favorite thing to be with him all days and be a partner in all the games in your first year in the NBA?
Yeah, I think,
you know, he's the best point guard to ever play, and me being at that position, you know, I want to get to a similar level as him, and to have that with me, you know, 24 hours a day, all the time is something special. So just taking what I can from him and learning from him is something that I'll be able to apply in the future.
Primero que nada, bueno, joven, te ponen a la par en las portadas con Pau Gasol por estar aquí. ¿Cómo es ese sentimiento de representar a España con tan pocos representantes a lo largo de la historia, a diferencia de otros países?
Sí, pues la verdad que me hace mucha ilusión, la verdad, estar aquí y poder pues compartir esto con Pau también me hace mucha ilusión, y la verdad que es un orgullo porque sé que no muchos, esto es muy complicado, y pues muy orgulloso de representar esto y de poder hacerlo bien para dejar a España alto.
¿Hablaste con él? ¿Te dijo algo en específico, para algún consejo o algo?
No, aún no hemos hablado, he llegado ayer, no hemos hablado ayer, hemos hablado antes de esto, pero no nada sobre esto, así que